Good morning, everybody. Shift your mindset here with a new episode. Jehovah Witnesses, a mental fortress. It looks like a fortress you can't escape. Why? Because they're capturing your mind. And your mind is everything. And you discover that when you are leaving the Jehovah Witnesses. You discover the power of your mind. Shift Your Mindset is the channel name. Welcome, and let's see why Jehovah Witnesses have a mental fortress. And the first thing that comes to mind why it's a mental fortress, because they practice thought control. Jehovah Witnesses only have two flavors, black and white. Organization is good, the world, everything around them is bad. Black and white thinking. Jehovah's organization, very good. Everything else, wrong. We don't want to eat with someone who is not practicing the faith. We are not socially interacting with people who leave the religion. But Jehovah, God, Source, whatever you want to name it, the Creator, all fine, gave us, like you're watching now, color. And who brings color to the table? Ex-Jehovah Witnesses, because they know it's not only black and white. But one of the greatest examples they just remembered and honored on the memorial, Jesus, the Son of God. He brought also color to life. He wasn't allowed to do something according to the rules, but he did it anyway. Why? Because he had empathy for somebody. He was also eating with people who had a bad reputation in those days. So Jesus was eating with a sinner, with a tax pay, with someone from the tax collection, interacting with a prostitute. Why? He was human. So there is not only black and white, there's also color. Another form of thought control is, of course, what we all know, the loaded language. We have the truth. According to who? Worldly people, congregation, apostates, theocratic. All those words are loaded. And what they do is they are emotionally charged. So if something is emotionally charged, then you reshape someone's reality. And that's a big thing when it comes to thought control. They are seeing reality like it's portrayed by the governing body. So they get a wrong sense, a wrong idea of what reality looks like. And of course, in thought control, the first thing, it's always about that you discourage critical thinking. And they're not hiding it, because I found a quote in the Watchtower of 1983. Avoid independent thinking. Why? Such thinking is evidence of pride. So they don't want you to independently think for yourself. But why did God give you those qualities? Why did God give you the power to make up your own mind, to see for yourself your moral compass, what's right and what's wrong. That feeling is not there to do nothing, guys. That feeling is there to guide you through the challenges of life. The second one is, next to thought control, it's identity control. And it's a strange one because, wait, I am lost now. Yes, I have it. I have some notes, guys. Otherwise, I'm getting old. I don't remember it. Everything from birth on is tied to becoming a Jehovah Witness, to being a Jehovah Witness, to stay a Jehovah Witness. So they want to control your whole identity. Being a Jehovah Witness is your core identity. There is no room for a personal goal. I want to be a musician. I want to be a painter. I want to be an athlete. No personal goals. They strip that away. We all have dreams. We all have interests. They also get rid of that through their identity control. Because everything has to support the organization directly. And that's a big one, because when they control you, that everything is about the organization, you are no longer identifying yourself with someone you are, but you are identifying yourself with that organization. So everything that you feel personally is wiped away, and it's about an organization. So that's why so many people now are wanting to leave that religion, but they can't do it because then they lose that identity. And we think that that identity is everything. And it is everything in a kind of way, because it's everything you knew. And everything you don't know is scary. And I know that. It's scary to take a step of courage. It's scary to grow some balls and make your own decisions. It's scary to start trusting your inner gut, that something is not right, that something doesn't feel good, that you want to do something different, but you don't know how. Why? Because they never taught you that. They only teaching you the things about that organization. So your whole identity, your whole purpose, your whole community is about the organization and not about you. That's why so many people deep down inside want to leave, but are not able to leave yet. Maybe this will change it. The third one, why it's a mental fortress, is they emotionally control their people. How? The best way to control people, like the government does, is through fear. Fear that Jehovah is watching us. As a little child, first thing I can remember from being JW is that God is watching me. Now I know God has other things to do. And God isn't watching like, oh, that's good, oh, that's bad. It's just energy. There is no judgment in God. But that's my opinion. And the fear of Armageddon. We all know those horrific pictures with fireballs from the sky and people running through the streets. That kind of fear. or we turn into a salt pillar. Whole villages were wiped away in the Bible. So fear is the biggest thing they can do to emotionally control you. Then, of course, if you have people living in fear, then you give them another sort of fear, and that's the fear of not doing enough. More, more, more. Oh, it's so nice you are JW now. You're baptized. But we see you report and you can do more. We miss you in the ministry. We miss you at the congregation meeting. You're 25 and you're still not a ministerial servant? You're 30 years old and you're not even being busy with becoming a more spiritual brother to become an elder? We see that your wife is not visiting the ministry, that she's skipping meetings. What's going on? So that's one of the things. Always push to do more. More meetings, more preaching, and especially more loyalty. And you can express that loyalty by shunning people and doing everything for free. And of course, one other emotionally controlled thing is that people get shamed for being spiritual weak. People, they are not taking people seriously who are spiritual weak, the ones who skip meetings, the ones who stayed at home, even if they have an old age. When you are spiritual weak, you are like you have some kind of disease. And on top of that, that's the guilt you get if you don't see through that other people look funny at you. You have another problem, because you have that guilt that you are failing Jehovah. So not only it's from the outside world, but also your inner world, that the fear of doing not enough for Jehovah. I'm failing Jehovah. I'm nobody. And that is a spiral downwards. The fourth thing is behavior control. That's also a big thing in that fortress. If you want to keep everything alive in that fortress, if you want to, you don't want cracks in the wall, then we got to control how people are behaving. So we have strict rules. What you need to do, how much time you need to do things, what you read, what you watch. We want to control everything in that fortress, that everybody does the same thing. So we keep them busy, because if you keep them busy, there's no mutiny. People are doing things like robots, go from left to right in that fortress. We keep them busy with a meeting. We keep them busy with a Bible study. We keep them busy with field service. We keep them busy with making reports. We keep them busy for everything. Why? Because then in that fortress you don't look for outside influences. You don't know what's going on outside of that fortress. You are stuck in that fortress and you're busy all day with doing things they want you to do. So there is no time left for your personal growth. And people, one thing I find so important every day is that I take my time for personal growth. I look at videos, I look at other things I see. So it's for me normal that I invest time for myself. not only for the big collective. So the information control is the fifth thing, the last one. You're not allowed to read apostate material. You only can view on jw.org. And every doubt or curiosity outside that information control is disloyalty. So that are the 5 points why it's a mental fortress, and they keep tracks on your behavior, on the information, how you think and how you feel emotionally. But that's my biggest message for today. The ones who left the organization had a lot of courage. And you're not broken, but you were controlled. Let that sink in. You're not broken, you were controlled. We were all controlled by this organization. So don't be harsh to yourself. Give yourself a break. Take your time to heal and start living your life. Thank you guys for watching. We see each other on the next episode.